Greetings and welcome back to the pull list. We are glad to be back after a beautiful summer break, but summer is dead. There has been a murder. No, you haven't had a beautiful summer? I've had a beautiful summer. You've had a busy summer?
I've had a busy summer.
I've had a busy summer as well, but just doing stuff at Casa del Burros. That's what I've been doing. And so it has felt very productive. And I did get a chance to read some comics. We're going to talk about that today. We've got some descriptors on our poll list that we're going to talk about in a little bit. We've going to talk about our summer, things that we've done, and plenty of like little bits and pieces for us to discuss. San Diego Comic Con's going on right now. But before we do all that, Hector, man, what's going on?
Oh, life of crime,
Life of crime.
murdering summers.
Listen, this summer is just about dead. By the time this comes out, I think I will be 2 days into pre-planning. So yeah, it's pretty much dead for me. Dead for me. What are some of your highlights from your shows this summer? Anything come to mind? Things like, man, this is a pretty special moment.
Well, I just came back from GalaxyCon Raleigh, and Geek Church was really good. Had a full house, good responses. Um, Also this summer is I the first time I've had like my fiction book out, and so
Yeah.
the fiction book has been a good connector because catching people that wouldn't normally stop at my table.
Okay.
Um, And so even if they're not there for Faith and Fandom, I still get to kind of like start wedging some conversations in. And so that's been good. And
Nice.
I've had camps. I haven't died. It's a win.
Man, it's been I think 3 years since I've gone to a youth camp. I miss it, man. I do. I'm sure if I was there, I would regret these words that I'm saying right now, but I do miss it. I do miss it. So there's been a lot of stuff
I
going
can
on.
get you a speaker role next summer if you want to come up here.
Bro, don't you tempt me with a good time. I'll take it. I'll take it in a heartbeat. I would love that. When I first started as a youth pastor, I thought, man, speaking at summer camps, that's where it's at. But then you tell me it's not as glamorous as I thought it was going to be.
No, it can be. I don't know how to do things without doing other things. Like
Listen,
I'm still
we'll talk.
working like my day job while I'm at camp and all these other things.
Oh man, I'm gonna talk about my day job in a little bit. My spiritual content is loosely like it typically is spiritual content, but it's what the Lord spoke to me through comics in the last week. So
Better put the word out. Get ready for the nerd out. Better put specs on. Better bring necks on. I cut handsome checks for my expansion sets. They call me Obi-Wan. Act like you know me, son.
all right, so San Diego Comic Con, what have you seen that's been super exciting, interesting, weird? What are they doing off the top of your dome?
The two big that I saw were, announcing the young man as the new Black Panther, T'Challa's
Yep,
son,
yep.
which we see as like a fast forward from Black Panther 2, and then Ryan Reynolds as Ghost Rider.
Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds as
Yes,
Canadian
yes, yes. Ryan
Deadpool. Yes.
Gosling is, yeah, that
the
part.
the number of memes that are talking about how Ryan Gosling was a trash, defensive back in Remember the Titans, and here he is being Ghost Rider. I've enjoyed those. I've enjoyed those. Yeah, so those
I've
coming
seen a
out
lot
look
of memes of Shang-Chi and Ryan Gosling from Barbie battle dancing with Doom. So
yes, yes. No, those look good. Those look really good. I was asking Carrie if she wanted to go and see Ghost Rider with me, and she's like, "The TV show about the dot that flies around that we watched on PBS." I go, "No, that's Ghost Writer. That's Ghost Writer.
I
This is
listen,
Ghost
I loved
Rider."
Ghost Rider. Writer. I carried a
Yes.
Sharpie on a string just for that show.
Nice, nice. Yeah. She goes, "Why would I go see it?" And I go, "Because Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider." She goes, "Oh yeah, I'm in. I'm totally in." Um, yeah. So exciting stuff there. Also, several new lines and stories announced. So excited about what is coming. We also had our the final Avengers Doomsday trailer came out as well, which looks super good. Um,
All I'm saying
yeah.
is that's not Steve. So
No, but he's holding the hammer. So who is it?
It's not Steve. I don't know, bro.
He's not evil Steve. So like, what are you
Or
talking?
he's
You can't say it's not Steve and not give me an idea.
that is not Milk and Cookies Steve Rogers.
No, no, no. I agree. I agree. That would be too easy. Too easy. I forgot who it was. Somebody had posted something and they were looking at the letters in the sweat stains on his shirt and equating it to his character. Oh, what was the movie? It was a terrible movie. He was a football player in it. Can't remember now. It's gonna drive me crazy. I want to say it was kind of like a scary movie, like scary movie, or
Not another high school
um,
movie.
maybe it was that one. Maybe it was that one. Was he in that one?
Yeah, or something to that effect. But yeah,
I can't remember if it was that one or if it was there was another one that was like 43 or something like that. There was a whole bunch of short stories and they were all terrible. My brother made me watch one because there was a homeschool story and he's like, "Oh, you're homeschooling your kids? Is it like this?" No, it's nothing like that. Um, yeah, I'm just scanning. I did watch him in Ghosted the other day because we were looking for something to watch and that was entertaining.
watched what?
Watching him, Chris Evans in Ghosted on Apple TV, where he's super needy and falls in love with a girl he doesn't realize is an international spy hitman agent kind of thing. And
I'm
he's
about to get
basically
Apple TV back because Ted Lasso comes out this week.
Ted Lasso comes out. Have you watched Silo at all?
No,
Dude, gotta check out Silo.
I
Silo's
did love
good.
Slow Horses though. Like
Okay.
I hated the first episode. Like I stopped 75% of the way through. Um, but then I picked it back up the last time I had Apple and watched 5 seasons.
Okay. I'm trying to think what else I've watched recently on there that was really good. The Gorge was okay. I watched The Gorge recently on there, and it was not enough payoff at the end. Like a really good setup, really good premise, and not enough payoff.
I haven't watched Shrinking yet, so that's also an option.
Yep. And I think there's one thing I watched on there. I'm watching The Dink right now. I got halfway through. It is exactly what I would expect with a from a Jake Johnson directed, starred film. But it's fun enough for me to watch while I'm doing something else. So that wasn't a whole lot of news. I know I don't have a whole lot of news. I could go to my favorite source for news that really isn't news that drives you crazy, CBR.com,
We're
and
good.
see. Let me see
We're good.
what is the. Let's see what's on the, we're on the tops here for comics because it's always MCU, DCU, and more. Oh, that's what we could talk about. Superhero stuff that's come out this summer that I watched. There's been a few things. I was like, oh, we can talk about that. All right, as it's coming out is Lanterns. I'm ready for Lanterns. So you're gonna watch Lanterns at all?
I watch Lanterns. Did
You
you
watch Lanterns?
girl?
I didn't get to see Supergirl before it went out of theaters, so I'm just waiting for it to for me to rent it. I did watch Mortal Kombat 2, which was exactly what I expected out of Mortal Kombat 2. It was okay. I feel like there was something else I watched.
Supergirl was okay.
Yeah,
It was better than Aquaman 2. Um, and I feel like it definitely didn't have the color or vibrancy of the Tom King book. But
yeah,
I'm gonna watch Spider-Man on Thursday.
nice. What all there was something. Oh, my computer just glitched for a second there. I felt like there was something else that I was watching, but I can't remember what it was now. I'll remember it later. I should have taken notes. Sorry, Matt. What
I've
is my
just been
computer
burning
doing?
through animes, but that's nothing new.
Yeah. Let's talk about things we've read over the summer. Um, what comics have you read over the summer? Have you enjoyed? We'll get to our polls here in a second.
So not poll related. Hold on. Um,
I mean, I'm sure you've read more than. Is my camera working okay?
yeah, you're good.
Okay. It's not working on my end, so I'll trust you.
Yep, you're visible. You're recorded.
Perfect.
I've still been reading Detective Comics. That's been solid. Daredevil's been solid. One that will not make the poll today is well, Absolute Catwoman was fun. Um, and I'm sorry if I'm spoiling any of your polls, but
No, you're good. You're good.
Operation Iron Coffin. Did you see this?
No, and I can't see my screen. My screen's acting all weird now, so I'll have to go. Wow, that looks great. It looks
Yeah, it
fantastic.
does. Operation Iron Coffin is like a Dracula assassin on a bullet train situation. Um, and I think pretty much everything else has just kind of been standard. The stuff I've
Okay.
been reading. Hold on, I gotta look the pile down here.
So I had I mentioned at the end of our last season I had another air conditioner go out. So money has had to stretch a little bit. And so I had to like eliminate a bunch of my pulls over the summer. Thankfully, as any good comic collector, I have quite the backlog of other things that I've picked up along the way that I haven't read yet. So I caught up on all except for the most recent release of the Adventure Zones graphic novels. So that was fun going back through the Bureau of Balance arc and reading those. And I also am about two-thirds of the way through Brightest Day. It's a big stinking book.
That is a big
But
stinking book.
I'm enjoying it. It's definitely not as good as Darkest Night or Blackest Night. It's not as good as Blackest Night, but it's still keeping me connected. And it's definitely been interesting seeing these characters. I've not had a whole lot of interaction with Deadman, and of course, with him being the central character here, that's been kind of fun. Um, but
That's a book that I've been reading. There's only a few issues out, but the Dead Man solo book for the summer's been good.
yeah, and I got so my son has been reading a lot of manga, and been trying to get him to read other stuff too, just like anything, son, please. I did get him to read Birthright, and have you read Birthright yet, Hector?
I don't think so.
So Birthright's a indie, 100 issues, capped. Kid disappears, comes back a year later, and he looks like Conan the Barbarian. He's like a 10-year-old kid, comes back. Excellent series. Check with Todd to verify that it is actually an excellent series, not just a CJ excellent series. I know that that comes with a little bit of stigma there. So Zeke picked up the first issue and finished all 10 in the span of like 8 days. And when it got done, like he was just standing in my doorway, like visually upset. And I go, "You okay? You all right?" And he goes, "It's over. Like the story's over. I've got nothing else to read in it." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good series. It's a good one. So you have to check out Birthright. It's a good one. 10 little volumes. So yeah, so I've been reading. So pull list wise, we were talking at the end of the season before about maybe adding some categories to help us not just be like, here's our four favorites, but like giving us a little bit of something to strive for, things to look for, things that we specifically enjoyed. That's less for Hector and more for me. And so we've got some categories. And so we're going to talk about those as we talk about our pull list. Comics that we've had our comic store pull aside for us, or go and look at that big, beautiful wall and pull them off the wall today because we were recording today and I needed a few more to round out my list. So, which one do you want to start with, Hector? You pick the category and give me your pull, and I'll share mine with you too.
Uh, I'd say let's go ahead and do the best line of dialogue.
Best line of dialogue. All right, love it. Got mine ready. What's yours?
Mine is actually just posted it today as a meme as well. But here's the hard part. Like a lot of the best lines of dialogue came from some of the spiritual content stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
So I'm trying to not do any of those crossovers.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Y'all watched me bend a comic book on screen, have an aneurysm. But this is I can read it from my Instagram better than I can read it from the screen though, but I'm gonna hold it up for y'all. Um, it says that's our thing. We help people who have no one else. Even with everything else going on, that's still what we do. Um, and that's Barbara Gordon to Batman in the Hunt for Barbara Gordon #1 or Barbara Gordon Breakout #1.
Yep.
I ended up at a random comic book shop visiting some with a friend and found some books that I couldn't get at my comic shop.
Okay.
There's like I got a handful of things that they just had sitting on the shelf that my shop didn't ever got or ran out of. So,
Okay. I didn't
Barbara
know that
Gordon,
happens.
yeah, that was like I was traveling and I was like, oh, there's a shop down the street, and it was called it was a cool name. It was like I posted it somewhere on my Instagram, but it's all superhero last names. It's like Kent and Wayne and Banner and Parker is the name of the shop.
Okay.
And it's I'd say 80% tabletop gaming and like a small wall of comics,
Okay.
which is probably why they still had hard to get stuff. But
I got you. That's there's a big shop in town. I don't go to the big shop. I go to the smaller shop. But the big shop in town, it's got one set of aisles in the middle that are that are new comics. They've got several tables of like back issues that you can go and dig through. But a lot of it is tabletop gaming. So my dialogue, it's kind of more than a single line. It's from Daredevil number 4. Daredevil
see,
number 4.
I looked at that one for using that. But go ahead.
Daredevil number 4. And it's during his training phase when Stick is teaching him, and he's saying life isn't fair, world's cruel and violent. It says you'll never be ready, so you must be unbreakable. But the line I liked was as he's getting ready to go and fight Omen, he says, "I'm not ready to fight Omen, but he will not break me." And I was like, "Ooh, get it!" So he will not break me. Been enjoying that. Looking forward to the next one that's got to be coming out soon because I read this one several weeks ago. Um,
I think it's
yeah,
out tomorrow.
that tracks. It's usually the day after I go someplace is when it comes out. So yeah, so that was my best line. And what we're looking to do this season as well is keep track of the writers that we pick for our best line and our artist and colorer, I guess, for our prettiest page, so that we can go back and look and see who our favorite writers were over the course of the season, and who our favorite artists were. So that's what we're kind of looking at doing too.
I'm
Just seeing.
gonna need to make a caveat with that though, because this one definitely is like a second ranking to the stuff that's in the spiritual books. So
Okay. All right. Okay. Sounds good. Um, next, let's do prettiest page. For me, prettiest page was Green Arrow, Volume 3. Was this on your list?
go on.
Okay. And it's this one right here, the ambush scene with Green.
That is the prettiest page, dude.
It was so good, bro. So
Look,
good. Oh yeah, that makes it. Listen, when
hold
we
on.
match, it makes my heart so happy that I'm not a complete,
I'm gonna
imposter in this whole
screenshot
thing.
this right here. Hold on.
Oh, it was. It was. Listen, I was looking at it. I'm like, that right there
Like
is
I
everything
posted
I
that on my
want.
Instagram, like with no context, no other stuff, no captions. It's just like that's that shot of him blowing up the windows, man.
Yep.
Best page I've seen in comics. So
Yep.
not
Yep.
hands.
Oh man. And I've been enjoying this story too. I've been enjoying this story too. So now, I mean, spoiler alert, we're going to talk a little bit about this. If you've not picked any of these up, I'm really sorry. Who do you think Green Arrow is now?
I think it's Ollie.
You think it's Ollie? But here, why did he kill Connor? That's what's throwing me off, man. That's what's throwing me off. Is he killed Connor?
Yeah, but
You,
if they're
you know what
dabbling
I'm
in some
saying?
Lazarus stuff, I don't know, bro.
Could be that's the one thing that threw me off from Ollie is we got to protect Connor, got to protect Connor, got to protect Connor, and
I,
then we kill Connor.
I am super excited. It got pushed from 6 to 12 issues.
Yes, yes,
Now, here's the problem: if it gets to 7 and on and sucks, then that's going to be bad.
yeah. We'll hope it won't. I mean, seriously, how often does that happen? Really, how often does that happen?
84%
Yes, no, I'm
of
with you.
books suck
I'm with you.
halfway through.
Oh man! All right, so we have those two categories down. We have our new number one. We stole that from Citizen Big Pop's Culture. New number one, and our overall. Just love
I
this
think
book.
Polis was doing that already.
I didn't hear it. Full disclosure, I didn't listen to Poll List a lot because you guys had a lot of inside jokes, and I was like, I don't get it. But you could have been doing it. But new number one, and we have our overall book, and then we have spiritual content. Which one we do next? New number one.
Yeah, let's do new number one.
All right. New number one. What's your new number one?
Um, Witness Point,
Okay.
written by none other than Nathan Fillion.
Did not see that. All right. Okay.
It's about like a little. I'm gonna go with New Englandish town
Okay.
that's got like it's the place where people that are in witness protection go. Like, so the whole town is witness protection people.
Okay.
And there's like, but somebody leaks that information to the press, and then there are gangs of clowns and people dressed like 70s cowboys and a whole town of circus folk. And I don't know what's happening, but
Okay.
in the sense that not that it's badly written, it's just I have no clue. And so
Okay.
like it ends with after the first issue, they're trying to solve a murder, and it's like the whole town are the suspects.
All the suspects. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Um, but knowing it's Nathan Fillion, I can read the text and hear his humor.
In his voice, I mean, just in his voice in general, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
could
good.
definitely get an aspect of that humor. There were other number ones that I messed around with, but this was, and the Barbara Gordon was actually a pretty good number one too, but like trying to keep these categories separate.
No, I got you, man. I got you. My new number one is Gambit Wanted. Have you read this one? Seen this
No, I
one?
haven't seen that one.
No. So, Gambit Wanted. I'm not sure what timeline this is in, where it's set. The reason why I'm confused is because it looks like this is pre him working with X-Men. And Aurora Monroe is the one that's kind of brought him in to the X-Men, and that there's some romantic feelings there leading into it. So not
So this
sure.
would be 70s X-Men.
Got it. But the bulk of the book is Gambit versus Bullseye. And so it was a fun little fight between the two of them. So this is my new number one. It will definitely I'll get a at least a second issue. Yeah. So that's that. I'm trying to see if I can find um where is it? There was some almost. I was like, oh, I kind of like some of the spiritual content. Creepiest thing is he makes this face like 10 times in the book, and it's a lot for me. It's a lot. Yeah, so I enjoyed it. Um, he's got a whole little group of thieves that he's training and trying to protect them from this lady, and she sends Bullseye after him to fight. Yeah. And I do like Gambit. I really like Gambit. Gambit's probably one of my favorites. Been rewatching X-Men 97 with the kids, trying to get to season two, and they did not remember my name that whole episode. They
Yeah,
didn't remember that, and so we watched that. They were like, "That's so sad. We need to watch more." So,
the name is
so that
Gambit. Remember it. Oh.
yes,
I sat right across from Rogue at a show after that,
yeah.
and people kept like quoting that to her.
Do you think you would know better than I would? I don't know how I could handle if someone kept coming up and thinking they were clever, doing the same thing over and over again that everyone else has already done. You know what I mean? Like that would be so tough to go. Oh yeah, didn't hear that one 5 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Um,
because
for
they
sure.
definitely heard a lot of it.
I would have to like have like a little chalkboard, and I would like just pull it up and go like 497 times. Very cool. All right, so last category for spiritual content is our overall book of the week. Mine is another number one. And the reason why this one is my overall is because I have no idea what's going on in a very fun way. And it feels like do you remember Smash Brothers Melee and just the feel like it was this kid playing and he was pulling all his toys into the middle of the room and like that's what it was. You know what I'm talking about? Like that
Yeah,
was the feeling. That's what this book feels like. Like somebody has taken all their favorite stuff and shoved it into a comic book and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it's a whole lot of fun. And that's Godzilla versus the Multiverse. It's wild, bro. Like it is weird in such a good way in my view, such a good way. So, starts with the Watchers, and the Watchers are watching one Earth where Null has distracted the world with Godzilla, and in that time has infected Idrisil with symbiotes. And so like life is or a symbiote worm, some kind of like symbiote worm kind of thing. And so like everybody's dying. And so Doom, who they keep calling Captain Doom, don't know. Captain Doom is assembling his team to go through the multiverse to try and fix things. And it's Johnny Storm, and it's Kang and Punisher and Spider-Man, although they make fun of him the whole time. Like he has no purpose in being here. Emma Frost, and they keep coming up with different names for their team, and like Avengers of Doom is what they call themselves. Kang thinks they should be Kang's Chaos Crew, which is KKK, which we should not do that. That doesn't work. Um, and they bring a baker along because they also have Man Thing, and he needs to have treats. So they bring a French baker along to make Man Thing treats, even though he doesn't have a mouth. Okay. And so I'm going to spoil the whole book. I'm sorry, guys, because it's just too weird. So they go to a place, and there's only two kaiju left, except there's not only two kaiju. They find a Mecha Fing Fang Foom, and they take the Mecha Fing Fang Foom, who's being controlled by evil Red Skull, and they kill Red Skull and put Punisher in charge of Mecha Fing Fang Foom to then go and try and find other kaiju to fight Godzilla. And so they go all over the place. They're finding weird creatures. They're picking up new heroes, and it's just weird. And then it cuts back to Idrisil, and so now they're taking symbiote America Chavez to go and try and find other kaiju to join this battle of Godzilla and Mecha Fing Fang Foom and all these things. And yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I'm here for it. And I will get the second issue to see what's going on. So Godzilla, excuse me, conquers the multiverse. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was I was reading it. This one I almost gave the whole book prettiest page because the coloring on it, I mean, like this one right here with the team assembled. Like I'm like, I like this. Like this is fun, bright, weird. There's the French baker down here that they have to bring around with him, and he keeps saying things like Sutalor and you know, it's just weird. Yeah.
Okay.
What was your number one? What was your overall number one?
My
Or
overall
overall.
number one is only my overall number one because I
Oh, I'm sorry,
can't.
I forgot about this one. You also have Wolverine Godzilla too for some reason. I don't know. Wolverine Godzilla was also in here, and I'm like, sure, why not?
Okay,
Sorry, I interrupted you.
you're good. Um, this is only my number one because my number one is also my actual number one would also be my spiritual one. So this is like the next step.
Okay.
Um, so Superman 39. This is continuing with the Superboy Prime story.
Yep.
And he's trapped in like Manchester Black, which is like a evil emo Constantine.
Okay.
Has trapped him in comic book pages. So he's bouncing around between comic book stories. Um, so he ends up in like Infinite Crisis for a second. He ends up, in some different places. He ends up in like the Superman animated series. He ends up in like some stuff that says he looks like it's directed by Zack Snyder.
Yeah, that looks like Spirit. Is it Spirit the one the guy had the red tie?
Yeah. Um he says what effing he says what the something. It's like bleeped, like lined out. What kind of comic is this? Um he says, "Oh geez, it's like some edgelord event crossover with everyone dressed in black again." Aquaman with a chainsaw hand is pretty cool though. And so it's just like he's bouncing around. He like literally gets kicked out of the panel.
Nice.
Um and this is where one of the best and then he's like in a noir romance. Uh, Pretty great. He gets put into like a kid's manga book. And then one of the best panels is this is the one, and I posted this one online. He's like, "Oh no, I'm in a 9 square comic panel page. I better get out of here before Tom King gets me." Which that alone deserves
Yes.
credit.
Yes.
Um, but he ends up back in Infinite Crisis, and now this book is also valuable as I'm manhandling it because it's got an error. You see this page right here. Uh, then you got Batman right here being carried by
Yeah.
Nightwing. That's not
Yeah.
Nightwing. That's Red Hood, and they painted it wrong. That
Or
is one
did
of
they? Or
no, they
did
did.
they?
They did. They confirmed it. They said that was our bad. That they said that that was a panel that was supposed to be a previously scrapped one, and somebody chose the older file instead of the corrected version.
Okay.
So when this gets re-released digitally or whatever else, it'll be corrected.
Nice.
But um yeah, they've got the wrong paint on Jason there.
Nice.
But overall, this Superboy Prime story has been the best Superman story in a long while since the first 6 issues of Superman, and now we're on 39, and this has been going on for at least 6 issues. This is top tier.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. You want to kick off spiritual content or you want me to go?
Sure, and I'm gonna drop a double on it just because I got
Do
two
it.
of them.
Do it.
Ordained 2 and 3.
Okay. I've got Ordained 1. I didn't pick up 2 and 3 though.
It gets better.
Okay.
Um, this is the story of a mafioso who gives his last confession, thinking he's gonna die, but then the priest prays for him and he actually gets healed. And the whole mob is coming after him. This priest who has the dude's
He
confession.
knows too much.
He knows too much, and there's not even like lightly inferred spiritual content. There's like directly theologically accurate, correct, encouraging spiritual content like all throughout these. Um and it's pretty powerful. Uh I think that if they genuinely adapt this, because this is going to be a movie with Colin Farrell. Um, if they genuinely adapt this even remotely faithfully, it's going to be a pretty huge spiritual conversation that's being had because you're dealing with dialogue uh like if it wasn't for first tries, we wouldn't get second tries. Um, I s- let's see, where's the one cop says, "I'm taking the elevator to the bottom basement. Nothing's changing that." And he says, "Whatever you've done, everything you're still doing, God loves you more than you can comprehend." And there's just genuine like gospel representation in here. And even when confronted with the big bad, he's more concerned with the big bad's salvation.
Mm,
Like he's like, "Listen, dude, I'm still here fighting for your soul." And like it's probably one of the most genuine, heartfelt spiritual books. And from what I understood, this was supposed to end with issue 3. Like the story was over with issue 3. Um, but looks like they're tacking something extra on. Um, with Ordained, because it ends like book 3 literally says end.
end. Right.
Then there's an extra page that definitely got added later. Um, and it says Ordained issue number 4 concluding in August. So they're adding
Mm,
one more issue to it. But this is one of these situations where I feel like maybe they're getting greedy.
yeah.
And
Did it have a
from
did it have a good ending at end?
yes,
What are you
Like,
doing, guys? What are you doing?
did you see Wake Up Dead Man?
Yes.
It has a very Wake Up Dead Man ending.
Nice.
Like
Very
literally,
nice.
dude, it's him opening the doors to the church and people coming. Um, but they're adding another issue, and I'm like, don't leave it alone. Let it be its own
Mm,
thing. But because it's becoming a movie, they got to add a little more
the more
than three
sauce.
issues. Yeah.
Yeah. I got
So
you.
there you go. What you got?
Very nice. So mine, like I said, is loose, and it's more that because of this comic, I did some introspective thinking, realized something about myself, and spent some time drawing close to the Lord in the middle of that. So don't judge me when you see this comic and
No
go,
promises.
no promises. So I picked up The Last Starfighter, #1. Last Starfighter #1 picks up where the movie The Last Starfighter, which came out 6 months before I did, and it follows. You ever seen out Last Starfighter? It's classic old sci-fi.
Yeah, when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. So Alex Rogan, who is trapped, stuck in a trailer park, wants to go to college, can't go to college, can't get a loan, can't get out of there. In his frustration, he plays a video game, gets the high score, and learns that it is actually a test to become one of the starfighters in this intergalactic force, whatever else. Movie came out in 1984. It is definitely old sci-fi. It is definitely old sci-fi graphics. It is definitely old sci-fi writing, stories, all those things. I watched it with my boys. They loved it, and that's why I love them. I wanted to watch it before I read this. This is a continuation. I'll definitely be doing this because I've loved The Last Starfighter because it was one of my favorite movies growing up. And I realize that I love characters that are stuck. Um, so one of my other favorite movies is It's a Wonderful Life. And you've got George, who is stuck in Bedford Falls and he can't get out, can't get out, can't get out, can't get out, can't get out. Ready Player One, Parsival is trapped in this, in this stack, and he's never going to get out, and he finally gets out. It's amazing that this came out when it did, because this summer I have really struggled with my direction, my life. I had a really rough end of the year last year for school, not sure what I wanted to do, tried everything I could think of to get away. Like everything, applied at a whole bunch of places, prayed, Lord Jesus, please deliver me from this job. Please, please get me out of here. Had friends tell me, like, bro, you are a shoo-in. I've talked to the guy that's hiring. You're in. Nothing. Nothing. Get close to the end of the year, or in the summer, and like, I guess this is what I'm doing. I guess I'm going back to teaching, and then found out that not only am I not going to go back to guidance, I'm not going to go back to teaching computers. I'm going to be doing math, which I am not thrilled about, and feeling trapped. And I'm looking at all these characters that are like my favorites, that idea of being trapped, not being able to get out. And I'm just asking the Lord, like, what are you doing here? Like, what is this? So I'm reading this comic, and it's talking about his capacity, because the whole time he doubts himself, because he's just this podunk kid from a trailer park in the middle of, I think, Kansas, like middle of nowhere, and goes on and has all this stuff. And that's what I want, is to do anything else other than teach math at the smallest middle school in the state of Florida. Like, that's, and the Lord reminded me of the parable of the talents, where you are given some, and if you're faithful with it, we'll give you more. And there are plenty of things that the Lord has blessed me with, talents wise, that I have not stewarded well. Creative talents, writing ability, technical, all those things. And so I've really been leaning hard into the Lord and making good use of my time and efforts, knowing that God has something bigger for me. I know that's the case. And so just really trying to grab a hold of that. So The Last Starfighter did it, bro. The Last Starfighter brought me around, and to just really saying, okay, what do you want me to do? And so that's kind of what I've been leaning into. So if you feel trapped, go watch a terrible 80s sci-fi movie and then pick up The Last Starfighter #1. I think it's only going to be 6 issues, and so I can definitely stick with something for 6 issues. But yeah, so that's some spiritual content. I did like this cell too. I'll pull it up. It looks really Dune-esque here. I don't know, like, we don't see any of this because it's 80s sci-fi. So all you have is like the inside of a bridge or really badly computer generated stars. Like that's all you get. But here, let's go in there. So yeah. So that's that. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of pulls besides those because, like I said, I skimmed it down. Like this is everything I purchased this summer. It's nothing, man. Very little.
Hold on.
So,
I don't even know if I can show you. Like, I've got it probably about 4-5 times that.
listen, I cut way back, and I told Carrie it is so sad and depressing when I go and ask for my pulls and they hand me 2 books, and I'm like, awesome. That'll make me all the way through dinner. That's what I'll do. But like I said, I've had plenty of back stuff to read, and I've been doing some writing and things like that. So I found ways to scratch the creative itch. Yeah.
Sweet.
So guys, what have you been reading? We'd love for you to share with us comments on YouTube or on the I think Polis has got a Facebook page, or not a Facebook page, a page on the website. I think you can probably put a little comment underneath when Matt posts those things up there. We'd love to hear what you are reading, what you're enjoying, so we can check it out too. Or you can say that CJ was way off yet again, and all those books were terrible except for the one that he and Hector picked out at the same time. So, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Last but not least, before we go, I want to see, last season we did we did some drafts, and we did some brackets. And if you have anything you would like us to debate on, to have a bracket, a draft, something like that, we'd love to hear from you as well. Share your thoughts, what we can disagree terribly on, and then have Todd Turner give us a call, or at least give me a call and go, seriously, what was that? Those are my favorite calls when Todd's like, I would have definitely picked Ambush Bug. Definitely would have picked Ambush Bug. Why didn't anybody pick Dr. Doom? That's what I want to know. Why didn't anybody pick Dr. Doom in the green character draft?
I didn't need to because I still won.
Listen, bro, you did. It was terrible. It was awful.
It was fun.
You min-maxed the whole way through.
It was fun to listen to. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us again for your bi-weekly pulls of comics, and as we're doing now with like best art, best dialogue, most spiritual content. Be on the lookout for those things. We'd love to see yours. Remember, you can check us out on the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network with a lot of other great shows. We're also on the Glue Network, GLU, on Roku. And you see that there's a Star Trek show on there now.
Is there?
Like Radio Matt just posted something on Love Thy Nerd about that too, so you can check that out.
On Glue, or we have a podcast show on the
Glue,
network?
On Glue.
Okay. I was like, did not know these things. So yeah.
And but yeah, thank you guys for taking time to listen to us. And remember, kids,
read more comics.
Yeah, you should read more comics.
Send me money so I can buy more comics. I got no money. I'm poor. I've got 2 air conditioners I'm paying on. But thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Bye.
I'm gonna take all 7 continents. The game of risk. The best.